and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
Together we are
therapist.
the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Brad, today you want to talk about 10 best balance exercises that a person with vestibular vertigo symptoms could perform.
Sure, right? If you're having some dizziness with head movement and that kind of thing, first of all, you should try and get it treated by having a therapist work the Epley maneuver or whatever maneuver
Whatever's going to be appropriate for you, yeah.
Right, but
exactly.
if you're still having some of those symptoms, these are good exercises to help tune it in.
Follow up with,
right,
maybe?
to minimize your risk for falls. And you can do these even if you don't have vestibular or vertigo symptoms. They're just plain good exercises.
Good balance exercises for someone
Absolutely.
who's having trouble with their balance.
Exactly.
So, by the way, Brad, I see some people that are new out there. So if you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. Our subscribe button's right here on my left, your right. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day.
Say no more, Bob.
All right, I
okay,
won't.
balance exercise. We're going to talk about it from the toes to the eyes. Yep.
Okay.
So we're going to start out low down by the ankles. One thing that all therapists know, they call the ankle strategy for staying balanced. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but if you don't have strong ankles and feet muscles, your balance is not going to be as good. So the nice thing about this, it's simple. If you have some balance problems, you may have a chair. Hold on to that. You're going to just go up on your toes. Simple heel ups, I call them. Some people might call them toe ups. Whatever, you're just going to go up like this, up with good posture, and you're going to go as high as you can. You're going to do 10 to 15 of these. Okay, and then you're going to rest. You might do 3 sets of those a day, morning, afternoon.
3 sets of 10?
Or 15.
Or 15,
Yep.
okay.
Whatever you want, but along with that, I'm going to add a bonus on that. You're going to go up here. You might as well go back and lift your toes up so you're back on your heels. Okay, so you get a rocking motion. Okay.
So Brad, you could hold on to a countertop too?
Right.
Did you mention that?
As a matter of fact, yeah, a lot of times we have people go to the kitchen sink so they can get their fingers over the top like here, and they have something steady so that when you go back, if you were to happen to lose your balance, you can catch yourself. This works the anterior part, and this is also good for walking so that you don't get toe drag as you swing your foot through and your toe catches. You can eliminate that potential, therefore reducing your risk for fall.
Amazing how much of your balance comes from your ankles.
Yeah. This is one of those simple things that we can do as therapists, usually with older people, but if someone had an injury, you'll work these to get those ankles strengthened up after ankle sprain.
What's nice is you can do it throughout the day real easy.
Exactly. And once those become easy, then you're going to go just to the single leg balance. And again, with this, one hand on something solid, you might want to have 2 to start with, and just see how you can balance on one leg. If that's pretty easy, you might go to one hand. And this is an amazing thing, Bob. One of those little things that therapists do. I know I do this a lot. If this is not too hard, well, then I say, go just to fingertips. And then I'll say, if that's easy, well, just go to 3 fingertips, a thumb and 2 fingers. And it's amazing.
What a difference it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And how much that helps. And then I'll say, go to 1 finger. And things are going like this. And when that gets easier, then it's like this. And then time yourself and see if you can go for 30 seconds. But make sure you do both legs because you want to make sure you're even.
And I've had people brush their teeth that way, Brad, when they get better, so that it's a really good reminder every day to work on it.
Right.
And it's also the brushing throws you off a little bit.
Yeah, you're thinking about something else, so your vision is on something else.
Right, and you're shaking, so you're not, you're trying to hold your balance.
And we're also crossing the midline, which is a big component for vestibular problems. When things cross the midline, it changes your balance.
Sure.
We're not going to get into the details of that. The next thing is, Bob, can you throw me the foam?
Gotcha.
If you're at home, if you're doing this, you need to do it with a partner. You got to have a belt on so your partner can hold you so you don't fall over. But just get a piece of foam. If you can get an old piece of furniture, or you can find a piece of foam rubber like this. And
so I'd be behind you holding onto your belt?
Exactly, yep. And this really makes a big difference on your balance. Well, thank you, Bob. Okay, so you're just gonna get a feel for it first. And it's good to time yourself. Go for 30 seconds is a good place to start, or even 15 seconds, depending on your level. Okay, and once you feel comfortable here, the next thing I like to have people do, and with this again, could you grab me a cane, Bob?
Sure.
I'm going to hold on to this chair here. You might have a cane. You could pull a chair up to the other side. Go ahead, hold me, Bob.
Sure.
I might need some help. And we're simply going to start adding some squats. Now, when I say squats, we're not going to go way down to here. Okay, we start out easy. Once you get so far, if you can't get back up, then the person behind you has a big job to do.
Yeah, because they're going to pull you up.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to work simple squats. If this gets too easy, take the hand off of here and work the cane. If that gets too easy, we're going to do 10 at a time. If you can do 10 with good stability, the cane goes out here, and then we add it. And that makes quite a difference, okay? All right. Then,
by the way, I want to call this foam at home.
yeah, foam at home. This is for the advanced level.
All right.
Close your eyes.
Ooh.
There you go. And then we start to do the marching. And this
With
is,
your eyes closed?
oh yeah, you definitely need someone here, and it's
Yeah.
good to start here and here again. You can see this all progresses. Then here, that gets too easy. Then here, hands here. And now if you really are good, you might go to one-legged stance again. I'm not getting into that.
Sure.
That's pretty high level. If you're doing that, you're probably a gymnast or something of that nature. Okay. Now this last part, you can let go.
You
Bob.
want to do the leg ball toss, or is that not?
Well, no,
sorry.
actually, I'm going to get to that, Bob.
Okay, sounds good.
Because I want to talk a little more time on, this is more the vestibular part, is where you're focusing with your eyes, okay? People who have vestibular problems and they're walking and they'll shift their eyes to look at something, or they're going to turn and that can throw them off. One thing I want you to practice on is when you're walking and you're going to turn to the right, the first thing you're going to do is turn your eyes to the right and then turn to the right. Okay, so it's split up into
Sure.
two separate things.
Eyes first, then
Then-
actually move your neck and body. to that.
Exactly. And you can, you could practice zigzagging
Yeah.
like this. Over here, now you might not be able to see this, but it's eye shift first and then over.
So as an actual exercise, you could practice this. And we've done this with patients.
Sure, right,
Because
right.
it's amazing how that plays into the vestibular system,
Right.
the eye movement.
And again, this is a real neurological thing, but when your eyes cross the center line, that can make a big difference on your balance and how you feel. And this can be good for strokes too. People
When Brad talks about the center line, it's the line that goes right down the center of your body.
Right.
So if his eyes, normally are looking just straight forward, but now if he looks towards me with his eyes, this eye has crossed the center line.
Right.
So
Yeah, and it's just amazing. You could take a whole year class on the neural system and it's still not
very,
learn.
very complicated.
Exactly.
So
Okay, this is a nice test, or nice, not a test, but a nice exercise. You don't have to have cones. You can put anything you want that you can see. It's nice to use something soft, actually, like maybe some stuffed dolls, because if you step on them,
oh sure.
you don't break anything and you're less chance of falling. And this one I just learned the other day. It's called the infinity or the figure 8 test.
Well, couldn't you put this down there? This is nice and soft.
Oh, Bob. Oh, Bob. We're serious here. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be a nice thing. Let's do this. Take this nice Green Bay Packer brown ball or whatever you
Okay.
got for me and go hold it over there.
All right.
Because that's something that's attractive. Okay. Now, even back up a little bit,
Okay.
Bob. So you're going to pick something you're going to look out in front of you.
So you're looking at the ball.
I'm looking at the ball,
Okay.
okay? And I'm going to make a figure 8. First, I'm just going to do this. You'll see the foot pattern, and I'm just going to walk. And right now, I'm looking down at the floor so I can see where I'm going. Once you get that, so you feel stable, then you pick out your object. I'm going to look at that nice Packer ball, and I'm going to keep my eye on it. And now I'm crossing here, and I'm continuing
Which is
to
a lot
look.
more difficult to do, isn't it,
Yeah,
Brad?
and right now my head and eyes are crossing my midline, and that may be the part where it's really going to throw people off. And plus you need to pay attention to where you're walking. I'm looking at one point, and you just do this until you feel stable. And this may take time to retrain your mind and your body. When you're normal and you have no problems, it
Right.
seems like, what's the big deal? But if you've got some vestibular
Vestibular
problems
issues, yeah.
or after a stroke,
Very difficult to
yeah,
do.
that can be very challenging.
That's what often throws people off. That's where they lose their balance.
Yep, exactly. All right. Now, you can play with this one, Bob. This is kind of one of those fun ones, but it's a nice thing to do. Take a ball, okay? Face the camera, Bob.
All right, face
All right.
the camera.
So now we're just going to work on regular standing balance. As a matter of fact, and I'll be the advanced person. I'll stand on my phone and do this because this is a little harder to
Sure.
do. And just bounce the ball and catch it. There you go. Bounce the ball and catch it.
How come I have 2 balls?
Now take the other hand, bounce the ball and catch it. Okay, bounce the ball and catch it. Okay, when you can do that, bounce the ball and catch it. Bounce the ball, trade hands, and catch it with the other hand.
Like that?
Kind of like that. Bounce, trade, and catch. The thing is we're crossing not with your eyes, also with your eyes, but with your hand as well. You're
Sure.
crossing the midline. Okay. Now put one ball down. We're going through this a little quickly, but because these are more advanced. You bounce the ball, catch it.
With the opposite hand.
Yep, and put it behind your back, and then come over to here. Bounce the ball, catch it, put it behind your back, and over to here. And then you can advance that to 2 balls. Bounce behind the back and catch. Bounce behind the ball and catch.
Wow.
Try it, Bob. It's fun.
Bounce the ball behind the back.
Hey! Well, you played basketball.
Well, you didn't
That's
think I was
it.
going to
You
have
are a
trouble.
pro. All right. So those are the exercises. You can go from easier to harder to more visual and vestibular. They're an excellent routine to get through. So what do you say, Bob?
I say that sounds like a good idea, Brad.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Good luck with your balance.